Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today, we're going to review the Amazon Essentials Easy to Read watch. Let's start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing a Pagani Design PD 1762 homage to a Rolex Explorer 2. And Grego is wearing my Liege 8989. Grogu watched the movie The Sandlot, so I asked him if he developed a crush on Wendy Peppercorn. He said no, but he fell head over heels for those ooey gooey s'mores. Alright, let's take a look at the watch here. Comes in this box, and it comes with the instructions, and look at this. 3-year limited warranty. That's pretty good warranty for this watch. Most watches only come with a 1 year or maybe 2 year. And since a lot of the watches I buy from China, I imagine they'd want you to ship it back to China. But this comes from Amazon, and even though I'm sure it's made in China, you probably just have to ship it back to Amazon. And here it is. This is the first Amazon Essentials on my channel. My channel is called Fun with Watches, so I normally choose watches that I think are fun, and this watch is most definitely not fun. It is frankly one of the most boring watches I've ever seen, but in this case, that is what is fun about it. It is boring on purpose. This is what I would call a hipster watch, although I have a feeling true hipsters all wear Apple watches. Looking at the Amazon site, they have sold over 1,000 of these in the last month, which seems to be a pretty high volume. There's another colorway with a white dial, gold colored case, and brown strap, which does not seem quite as popular, selling 600 in the last month. This watch costs $19 on Amazon, and of course, if you have Prime, you get free shipping, which is going to make it difficult to sell without taking a big loss, since I have to charge $4 for shipping. This watch comes with a 3-year warranty, and since it's through Amazon, you don't have to ship it back to China. The watch is 42 millimeters at the case, 40.5 millimeters at the bezel, 49.7 millimeters lug to lug. It's only 11.1 millimeters thick with a dome crystal, has a 22 millimeter lug width, and weighs 48 grams on the supplied leather strap. If you look at the case back, it says base metal bezel. I don't know why it just says base metal bezel. I'm sure the whole watch is base metal, chrome plated, of course. And then the dial is a flat black with no sunburst effect. There is no logo, no Amazon Essentials or anything like that. Then it says water 100 resist, and that 100 is feet, not meters. So you basically get the 30 meters minimum. Then we have a chapter ring with minute markers, and then we have numeric indices. And they are all big and easy to read because this is an easy to read watch. And then we have loomed hands, and that's the only loom on this watch. The second hand is not loomed, and it's very thin. I would say that the second hand is not easy to read because you kind of get lost in the background. And then we have a date at the 3, and it doesn't take place of the 3. And I imagine it's just because the date wheel of the movement is rather smaller than this big old watch would normally handle. We have an unsigned push-pull crown. The crown action actually isn't bad. And the nicest thing is when you go to press it in, watch this. No annoying minute hand jump. Seriously? All right, never mind. I was wrong. You have to hold it, and then it won't jump. Then we have a domed mineral glass crystal. As you can see, it's single dome because there is some distortion there. It's not double domed. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of reflection from my ceiling light. Then the case is a chrome plated alloy. It's got a pretty good shape to it though. It's fairly thin for a big watch. course, it's quartz, so it doesn't have to be thick, but sometimes they just can't help themselves and they make it big anyway. And then the case back is a press-on, because once again, you only get 30 meters. Then it says base metal bezel, stainless steel back. Then it's AE 1000 SVG, that must be the model number. And then it says PC32 Japan movement. Yes, a PC32, that's a Seiko design made by one of his subsidiaries. And it looks like the second hand is hitting the marks for the most part, but the second hand's a little short. So if it was missing the marks, it would be hard to tell. And it looks like the minute hand's kind of short too. Then we have a leather strap, but look at this though. It says genuine leather backing. So I think only this part of it is actually leather, and this must be some kind of synthetic thing. I mean, I guess if you're going to have something touching your skin, you want it to be the leather. And then we have a unsigned buckle, because of course nothing is signed on this watch. Then we have two keepers, one fixed, one floating. And no quick release. I really wish they would have put quick release. Then of course, if you want to buy this watch and keep it, you'll want to put it on a deployment clasp, because this leather strap will last a lot longer. And if you buy a deployment clasp, you'll want a 20 millimeter. Here's the watch at my 7.5-inch wrist. It's a big watch, but it's so light that it doesn't feel big. And it's 42 millimeters, and I can pull that off. I don't know if you had a much smaller wrist though. If you have smaller than 7, this might be a little bit big for you. Then I have 3 notches left, so about 8 1/4 is the best you're going to do without having to buy a new strap. And of course, why buy an $18 watch if you have to buy a new strap for it? It kind of defeats the purpose. Here we are in the Loom room. This watch does not have good Loom, but it is still better than a Walmart George watch. As we speed up the time, we see that only the hands are loomed. You would think that since the focus is easy to read, they would have loomed the numerals also. Everything is fading pretty fast, and it is already almost gone. This loom is not very good. What do I like about this watch? Well, it's a full-size watch that is light and comfortable. The second hand hits the marks. And it has a 3-year warranty, which is pretty good warranty for a $19 watch. What are my gripes and groans? Only the hands are loomed and they aren't very good. Strap is only genuine leather on the inside. And the hands are a little short for the dial. Do I recommend this watch? Yes, I do. I don't think it's a bad watch for $19. Yeah, it's kind of boring, but that is the whole point of the watch. It is a boring on purpose. A no-frills timepiece that tells the time and doesn't do much else. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Amazon Essentials Easy to Read watch, and I will be back with another review or unboxing. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.